Bruce was right about the first thing. I will tell you that when he was here, I told him he was wrong about the second one, and he's still wrong about the second one. Although I agree with a good deal of what both Loyal and Eric have said so far. Plainly, as I've already said about religion, and of course it just seems obvious to me that what kind of a being I am, what kind of a living thing I am, is relevant to what sorts of moral obligations I have, just in the same way that what kinds of things that if there's a creator to whom I owe worship, that's relevant, morally speaking, even if that's not the foundation of morality. In exactly the same way, if I had evolved some sort of impenetrable exoskeleton, right, there would be, y'all would have fewer moral obligations with respect to me, right? You can throw your knives at me. But so plain, right, what we are as living things is relevant to morality. But I don't think, and here I think I'm agreeing, I'm trying to sort of remember here, I think I'm agreeing with Eric. I don't want to sort of, make you look bad by saying you agree with me or anything like that. Well, certainly, it's not just that it's dangerous to derive an ought from an is. It's not dangerous at all. It's impossible. Right? What's dangerous is people who think you can do it and then proceed to pretend that they do. And of course, those supposed obligations are actually derived from other sorts of considerations. So you can't derive an ought from an is. Michael, there's no reason for us to, I don't want to get into too much detail about Roos. He doesn't think you can either, but he thinks that our notion of oughtness is a biological artifact. And I don't think it is. I mean, it's plainly related to my brain, which is a biological thing, and however it got to be the way it is, I defer to the scientists to tell us. And the reason why I really is it doesn't, I'm a moral philosopher. I'm just not that interested in how a brain got to be the way they are, because ultimately I don't think that our biology is the foundation of our ethics. And in that I agree with Loyal, although I want to sort of take issue with the terminology. Loyal's right that science or biology can't tell us what the good is. The thing I'd like to differ on in terminology is not that one is science and the other is faith. Faith isn't a sort of alternative to science. One is science, and that is, science is descriptive, and that's a claim that's not descriptive, right? That science simply cannot tell us about. That doesn't mean that reason can't tell us about that. The reason I'm slightly suspicious of putting it the way of, well, this is science and this is faith, is that it seems to suppose that sort of empirical scientific reason is the definition and the extent of reason, and I just don't think it is. I think that reason can tell us about the good, and again, as I will follow Loyal's example in sparing you that argument for now, but I do think that reason can tell us about the good, and that what it tells us is not reducible to any claims, any descriptive claims about the world, including biological claims. Yeah, that's what I think about that.